What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode in my Road to 100 Million series. So last week we did not make a lot of sales, and I spent an atrocious amount of gold on the auction house prepping for 9.1. So let's take a look at the numbers this week. They are a lot better in multiple different ways. When we'll see them, my sales are up, not by as much as I would have liked to. I also didn't spend much gold this week, but sales are up. And we're at a nice round number of gold. So let's dive in and take a look at the numbers here. So here it is. Current gold, 29 million. So we're back up above 29 million. That's really good. As you can see, we have a pretty massive overall increase in gold this week. And it's primarily because I just didn't spend gold. I already bought out materials, and then the 9.1 patch announcement came, which meant that prices on many materials soared, so I didn't bother buying more. So we'll see. Maybe it slows down, maybe it keeps going upwards. I might lose out. I did invest about 2 million gold in materials and Draenor, so that should take me quite a while. That's going to keep me going for a while at least. I might end up regretting not buying more. You can always, or I might end up being happy. It all depends on how things shake out when flying releases, when people get into the farming groove, and how much people will actually buy new rank 4 legendaries, how much materials will we actually need for the rank 5s and 6s. We will just have to see. So if we're looking at my sales this week, we're up at 1.4 million, which is almost double what we had last week. So that's nice. We have good sales across the board on all of my off realms. Some nice ones. This one is just one single Frostwind mantle that I bought back at the end of BFA for 5,000 gold and sold now for 141,000. That's one of those Island Expedition items that you can have exploded in value since BFA ended. Outside of that, we're seeing good sales on most of my realms. Material flipping realms are definitely generating a lot of gold. About 135k from those two, and then we got up to 900k on Draenor this week, which is really good compared to how it's been the last couple of weeks. And then today, when I reposted auctions, legendary prices have exploded on many of them because material prices have exploded. And I have now, my stockpile is looking real good if I can sell it. I'm a little bit uncertain like how much people will actually buy rank 2s and 3s right now. To me, it feels like that's not going to be worth it. There could always be people buying them, the rank 2s and 3s, but with 9.1 you're going to be able to get as much soul ash as you want. You're not hard capped, so you can just farm straight up to a rank 4. So I'm not sure if people will be willing to buy rank 2s and 3s down the line. I don't really see it. Not sure I see it even for rank 1s. But it does depend a little bit. People obviously don't have infinite gold. Most people are struggling with gold in general. That's how it's always been. So we'll just have to see. So yeah, this was an encouraging week, I would say, an encouraging week, which is nice because I've had some stinkers. So now we're on the path upwards again, and we are ready to go for 9.1. Now, of course, from this next coming week, which is the last week I get to before 9.1 drops, I will be focusing all my efforts on things that will not generate sales this coming week. I just realized that you need renown on your legendary crafters to get access to Vestige of Origins. So sadly, my shaman, that's my leatherworking tailor, he's renown 2, so I need to farm him up to renown 40 by next week. So that's going to be a lot of work. I have 1.5 weeks on me to do that, so I'll just be grinding that as much as I can, doing everything I can to get renown essentially, and hopefully we should make it. Then outside of that, it's the same on my Death Knight. My Death Knight is at least for the renown on Necrolord, so we're going to swap him back to Necrolord just so we can get the Vestige of Origins. Besides, the Night Fae playstyle wasn't that fun anyway. So we want to be ready to craft, and then once the patch rolls around, we're going to crank into Korthia with both crafters at the same time, one on each account, and just run through and gather gather all the rep and all of the stuff we need. We'll probably have to keep working on it daily until we get to the Archivist Codex rank 3 and you get the Crafter's Mark of the Chain Dial. That's when I'll stop doing any sort of world content and just leave them as pure crafter alts again. So that's going to be the main plan there. So yeah. So we can take a look. We can take a quick look at the ledger for my my main banker on Sylvanas. No, not Sylvanas. That's my old main realm on Draenor, of course. We'll see the 800k we got this week. Not much movement in the gold graph either. 1 week we collected some sales. I have not spent meaningful amounts of gold this week at all. Just been pure coasting. And if we look at the auctions for the last 7 days, we can see the same thing here. We've sold some legendaries. We've sold a geosynchronous world spinner, which was really nice. That brings in a heap of gold. I definitely got to recraft that before I forget. So we're actually up to 6 of these. Sold 6 of these on Draenor. That's not that bad. And then we see a smattering of legendaries. Not that many. The rings is probably the most interesting that sold out. Rings are very expensive now because the essences have exploded in value. And that's happened with a lot of other materials as well, but I think the essences are the most noticeable one. Callosides up to 500 from about hovering around 300 gold. Soul Dust up from 15 to 24. Lightless Silk up to 40 gold from about 6-7. That's incredible. Alethiomo ore up from about 40-50 to 80 gold. Seeing the same thing across like pretty much all of the legendary crafting materials. I'm unsure if this will be sustained all the way into the patch. I don't know. It could be. This is not that much value or volume when you're thinking about like the 400 lightless silk required for the tailoring vestige of origin. So we'll have to see. I have a ton of lightless silk personally. I have 20,000, so I'm pretty happy. That does not even include the enchanted lightless silk I have. Alethiomo ore is probably the one I'm a little low on. Don't have that much. Don't have any like extreme amounts. And the same thing with the callosides. Don't have extreme amounts of that either. So we'll see. I think overall that I'm in a good position to take advantage of 9.1 and the new legendary crafting, which is going to be the main thing to do. Of course, alongside the crafter's marks. So I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll just be coasting and prepping until then. So we can expect another relatively slow month or slow week next week, and then hopefully we'll be in position for the great explosion when 9.1 rolls around. So yeah, that's it for this week, guys. If you have any comments, questions, leave them down below. Like or subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Or just come say hi when I'm streaming on twitch.tv/lazygoldmaker on weekdays. Hopefully I'll see some of you then, and hopefully we'll have a very profitable 9.1. Goodbye, guys.